Hi, loves, it's Jenny Lynn, and today we're talking about something that quietly affects almost everything when it comes to beauty: your skin barrier. Because a lot of people think their skin suddenly became acne prone, sensitive, oily, textured, dry, red, irritated, or reactive for no reason, when in reality, their skin barrier may actually be damaged. And honestly, this happens to more people than they realize. The modern beauty industry constantly pushes stronger products, faster results, more exfoliation, more actives, more acids, more treatments, more cleansing. And eventually, many people unknowingly push their skin past what it can tolerate. Then suddenly, their face starts burning when they apply products that used to feel fine. Their skin becomes tight after washing. Tiny bumps appear. Redness increases. The skin feels oily and dry at the same time. Makeup stops sitting correctly. Everything stings. That's usually not your skin failing. That's often your skin barrier asking for help. Your skin barrier is basically your body's protective shield. It helps keep moisture in while protecting the skin from irritation, bacteria, pollutants, allergens, inflammation, and water loss. Healthy skin barriers usually feel balanced, calm, resilient, hydrated, and less reactive overall. But when the barrier becomes weakened, the skin loses its ability to regulate itself properly. And one thing people don't realize is that damaged skin barriers can actually create multiple problems at once. Some people become extremely dry. Others suddenly become oily because the skin starts overproducing oil trying to protect itself. Some develop acne, redness, irritation, flaking, rough texture, sensitivity, or tiny bumps all at the same time. That's why many people end up trapped in a cycle where they keep attacking their skin harder because they think the new breakouts or oiliness mean the skin needs stronger treatments, when sometimes the skin is actually inflamed and overwhelmed underneath. Honestly, one of the biggest hidden causes of barrier damage today is overexfoliation, and social media has made this problem so much worse. People are using exfoliating cleansers, acids, scrubs, retinol, benzoyl peroxide, masks, peels, brushes, and acne treatments all together, without realizing the skin can only tolerate so much at once. Healthy skin should not constantly feel stripped, burning, raw, or tight. One thing I've noticed is that many people mistake squeaky clean skin for healthy skin. But overly stripped skin is usually stressed skin. If your face feels painfully tight after cleansing, your barrier may already be compromised. Another major hidden cause is hot water. And I know this sounds simple, but extremely hot showers damage the skin barrier faster than people realize. Hot water strips natural oils aggressively and weakens the protective layer the skin needs to stay balanced. Even harsh towels and rubbing the skin aggressively can contribute to irritation over time. Your skin remembers repeated stress. Another thing people rarely think about is fragrance. And honestly, this surprises many people because luxury skincare is often heavily fragranced. But a damaged barrier usually becomes much more reactive to fragrance, essential oils, alcohol-heavy products, and strong active ingredients. Now, this doesn't mean every essential oil is bad. Some calming ingredients like chamomile, calendula, oat extracts, and centella can actually feel soothing for many people. But when the barrier is actively damaged, simpler is usually better. Overloading stressed skin with too many ingredients often creates more irritation instead of healing. And let's talk about coconut oil for a second, because this one creates a lot of confusion online. Coconut oil can absolutely help some people with extremely dry skin because it creates a protective seal that reduces water loss. But for many acne-prone people, it can feel too heavy and pore clogging on the face. That's why skincare is never one size fits all. Grapeseed oil is often much lighter and contains high amounts of linoleic acid, which many oily or acne-prone skin types tolerate better. Jojoba oil is another popular option because it closely resembles the skin's natural oils. Squalane is honestly one of the gentlest and most supportive oils for many people because it helps support hydration without feeling extremely heavy. But honestly, even the best oils cannot fully repair a barrier if the skin is still being constantly attacked. That's the part people skip. One of the most powerful things for healing the skin barrier is actually reducing irritation long enough for the skin to recover naturally. Sometimes healing starts with doing less. And I know that sounds almost too simple in a world obsessed with complicated routines. But many people experience dramatic improvements when they simplify everything. Gentle cleanser, hydration, moisture, sun protection, rest. That's it. The skin is incredibly intelligent when it's given the chance to rebalance itself. Another thing many people don't realize is that the skin barrier is deeply connected to inflammation inside the body too. Stress, poor sleep, dehydration, hormones, anxiety, processed foods, alcohol, and chronic cortisol elevation all affect how the skin repairs itself. That's why some people suddenly develop sensitivity during stressful periods of life, even if their skincare hasn't changed at all. The nervous system and skin are closely connected. High cortisol increases inflammation and slows skin recovery. Sleep deprivation weakens barrier repair. Emotional exhaustion often shows up on the skin before people fully realize how overwhelmed they are internally. And honestly, many people are trying to fix their skin while their body is completely burned out underneath. Another major mistake people make is changing products too quickly. Skin needs consistency. Constantly introducing new products, testing trends, and switching routines confuses and stresses the skin even more. Sometimes people damage their barrier simply from doing too much too often. One of the most underrated things for barrier healing is ceramides. Ceramides are lipids naturally found in the skin barrier that help hold moisture and protect the skin. When the barrier becomes damaged, ceramides often become depleted. Products containing ceramides can help support the skin's protective layer again over time. Another ingredient many people love is colloidal oatmeal because it helps calm irritation while supporting hydration gently. Panthenol, glycerin, beta-glucan, and centella are also incredibly soothing for many stressed skin types. And honestly, hydration matters more than people realize too. Dehydrated skin often becomes more reactive, tight, dull, and inflamed. But hydration isn't only about applying products externally. Water intake, sleep quality, humidity, and overall body health all affect skin hydration internally. Humidifiers are honestly underrated for barrier healing too, especially if you sleep with air conditioning or heating constantly running. Dry air quietly pulls moisture from the skin overnight. Now, another huge hidden trigger for barrier damage is acne treatments. And I know this is frustrating because people use acne products trying to help their skin. But harsh benzoyl peroxide, strong acids, overuse of retinol, and aggressive spot treatments can damage the barrier when overused. Then the skin becomes inflamed, irritated, and breaks out even more, which makes people use even stronger products, and the cycle continues. Sometimes what looks like stubborn acne is actually irritation and inflammation underneath. And honestly, one of the most healing things you can do for your skin is stop treating it like the enemy. Your skin is not trying to ruin your appearance. It's trying to protect you the best way it knows how. Another thing people rarely connect to skin barrier health is sleep. Deep sleep is when the body repairs itself most efficiently. Collagen production, hydration balance, inflammation regulation, and cellular repair all increase during quality sleep. Chronic poor sleep weakens the skin's resilience dramatically over time. Sun damage matters too. UV exposure weakens collagen, increases inflammation, dehydrates the skin, and damages the barrier faster than many people realize. Daily sunscreen honestly makes a huge difference long term. And one thing I think social media has really normalized is the idea that skin should always look perfectly filtered, poreless, and glassy. Real skin has texture. Real skin changes. Real skin reacts to stress, hormones, weather, sleep, emotions, and environment. Healthy skin is not airbrushed skin. The goal should never be perfection. The goal should be calmer, stronger, healthier skin that feels supported instead of constantly inflamed. One thing I personally think is underrated is giving the skin rest days. Days where you're not exfoliating, scrubbing, masking, or layering 10 products. Just letting the skin exist calmly without constant stimulation. Your barrier heals through consistency, not punishment. Another hidden reason people struggle with barrier repair is impatience. The skin takes time to rebuild itself. Most people expect dramatic overnight healing, but barrier repair often happens gradually over weeks of gentler care. Tiny habits matter. Lukewarm water, less friction, gentle cleansing, hydration, sleep, lower stress, simpler products, less picking, clean pillowcases, and more patience. And honestly, some people notice the biggest improvement in their skin after emotionally difficult periods finally end. Less stress, more sleep, more peace, more balance. The face softens when the nervous system finally relaxes. Beauty is deeply connected to safety. That's why people often glow differently after healing emotionally, resting deeply, lowering inflammation, or leaving stressful environments. The body changes when it no longer feels under attack constantly. And one final thing I really want people to remember: damaged skin does not mean you're unattractive or failing. It means your skin is overwhelmed and asking for support. Your skin barrier can absolutely recover. The body wants balance, the skin wants balance, and sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is stop forcing your skin to be perfect and start helping it feel safe again. If this video helped you, save it for later and follow for more beauty and body hacks most people never hear about, but probably should.